Hello, good evening everybody. This is Gayatri Devi working in Kolors Healthcare from Karnataka, Bangalore zone. Well, you know that feeling? You've been eating clean and working out. You're doing everything right, yet the scale doesn't move. Um, there are so many people, irrespective of their systematical life, they do all the diets possible, but they are not able to lose weight. So today, line all about how Kolors is pulling back the curtains on science-backed up weight loss treatments, and in wellness industry, how Kolors has shaped many lives, right from celebrities to the common people across the world. There's a saying, buy, beg, borrow. Yes, I'm talking about that fitness. Fitness in today's world, most expensive and luxurious thing. When people, they're not able to lose weight, it messes with their head, it messes up with their confidence, whatnot. So right from we wake up in the morning till the time we go to bed, everybody back in their mind, they think of losing weight, how to be fit, how to stay healthy, and how to make that conscious health habits to their daily regime. So they think a lot. And coming to the 2026 New Year, 1 month we are ahead. But then, everybody's New Year's resolution is how to lose weight, and then how to be fit, and then how to stay healthy. So during this journey, when people approach us, they say they diet like crazy, they work out like crazy, yet they don't lose weight. So the diets like paleo diet, keto diet, intermittent fasting diet, GM diet, everything, exercises, whatnot, everything is possible they do, but they don't lose weight. That's when we Kolors deep dived into the science, and we understood and we found there is one reason why people are not able to lose weight. That monster is visceral fat and inflammation, which behaves like an endocrine hormone and behaves like and releases cytokines and then hormones, which is disrupting the entire body metabolic functions. Yes, that visceral fat, I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to address in a larger, broader spectrum now. So when people are having an inflammation, usually it weakens the skin barrier, and the main body's natural defense system gone overdrive. Again, it accelerates the biological aging and cellular aging, as well as the clogged skin. People will have urinary tract infections, and also early aging, they age faster, and acne breakouts, the many things, because skin is the biggest external organ of the body. Whatever it is happening inside of the body, that shows up like on the skin surface. And stress, nowadays stress is the main contributor for the inflammation. That inflammation is causing the visceral fat and resulting again weight gain, obesity, morbid obesity. So all these intra-related medical complications, because when stress, cortisol hormone is on rise, so definitely the people put on weight. Most importantly, fat accumulation will happen around the abdominal area. And also, usually nowadays when most people come to us, PCOS, PCOD, always this compliance they'll have, and irregular menstruation, and also the thyroid. This is one thing. And people will have very poor sleep habits, because this visceral fat disrupting the entire circadian rhythm, where people will have obstructive sleep apnea and insomnia, and where they'll not get proper sleep. So the disrupted sleep cycle also will be there. Those are suffering from visceral fat and also the inflammation. So when we, in an interactive counseling session, when we talk to the clients, they say their blood investigations absolutely normal. Inflammation doesn't show up in the blood investigations. One should understand it's often go unnoticed. So this is one major thing. And inflammation, acute inflammation or chronic inflammation, silently doing its job. So that's the major issue. Most of the people, they don't realize they have an inflammation, that acute or chronic inflammation. They don't even realize that, and they do everything is possible. So that's when we Kolors having a system which is called as a systems biology approach. So before getting into that subject, let me answer few questions over here. Somebody is asking me, they are working out every day, 1 hour, and then they're also taking enough protein. Yes, his name is Miss Shweta Reddy. Hi Shweta Reddy. Yes, protein is also the body needs. The protein also the biggest consumer. The muscle needs at the end of the day protein, but the too much of protein also causes the inflammation. Because, for example, if we are consuming 100 grams of protein, we should work out for 1.5 hours. So, if we are not working out, properly, the protein also can be converted into fat. That extra fat cells, the liver is accumulating, and that's when again there is inflammation and then fatty liver. Though in an adequate way, if the protein can be consumed, and then the more protein you consume, the more workout if you can do, absolutely, like, you will lose weight. But then always remember, protein also causes the inflammation. I mean, too much of protein. Harika. Kolors treatments are safe. Yes, the Kolors treatments are pretty safe. We do have around 81 board certified doctors. Under supervision of board certified doctors only, the treatments will be executed. And all those treatments are non-invasive. Hence, there's no side effects, because whatever we do, everything is external. There is no internal intake. It doesn't, harm any kind of muscle, bone, or surrounding tissues or internal organs, and it doesn't get into the blood vessels or system. So absolutely there's no side effects. Okay, let me come back to the subject where I was speaking about systems biology approach. See, one should understand, yes, people are like working out and people are doing diet like crazy. Everything they are doing possible, they are not able to lose weight. One should understand, in our body, there are a couple of systems. One is detoxification system, environmental toxins, and digestive system. And also there is an enzymatic system, and hormones, nutrients, and also metabolic system. There is an immune pathway, there is a metabolic pathway, there is a neuro pathway. So all these biomarkers should be in sync with one system, which is immune system. If that one immune system is not in sync with these biomarkers, that's when the body is completely like controlled by the hormones. These hormones are related to the metabolic process of the body, detoxification process of the body. So the body, it doesn't listen. So that's when the inflammation playing a very, very, very crucial role. I must say, the visceral fat inflammation is like ticking time bomb. The invisible driver of the inflammation is the visceral fat, which I'm talking about, that intra-abdominal obesity and central adiposity. So, when talking about this systems biology approach, where we have a customized treatment plan, which is IV therapy, energy-based devices, and correcting the lifestyle. I'm not saying changing the lifestyle, I'm talking about correcting the lifestyle. Coming to this IV therapy is basically a quality of, the powerful blend of antioxidants and nutrients, vitamins, which is being completely getting into the bloodstream for the faster absorption and quick results. It bypasses through the gut where there is 100% goodness for the body. So IV therapy strictly is being administered under supervision of doctors. And when we are talking about the IV therapy, that detoxification system, so that can be addressed, because once the fatty liver issue is being addressed, then definitely the detoxification process will be much easier in the body. The toxins will be dispersed from the body. So hence, the fatty liver, also the toxicity in the liver will come down, because the liver is master of all organs. The biggest internal organ of the body is the liver. So that issue also can be addressed. And then having said that, it also disturbs the body's natural defense system, because of which people will have rosacea and acne breakouts and all, acanthosis nigricans around the neck and all, due to insulin resistance, because the diabetes also one of the reason for this visceral fat. So that is also can be addressed. And since it is overloaded with nutrients and then minerals, vitamins, so whosoever is having those vitamin related issues also can be addressed. So this is like in one platter. So all the problems, one, that immune system, detoxification system and metabolic pathway is being addressed, all these problems also will be taken care. So I've been getting a lot of questions. Let me answer those questions. Kolors, yes, it's there in Bangalore. Somebody like Shilpa is asking me like Kolors. Yes, Kolors is there in Bangalore, and it's been like 21 years the Kolors has started, and in Bangalore it's been there for almost like 13 years, and we have almost like 6 branches around. And apart from Bangalore also we do have in Mysore, Davangere and Hubli also. And each and every individual branch has board certified doctors and certified nutritionists and then health consultants. We do have well equipped equipments, so one can visit any of the nearest branch. Weight loss, yes, some Ram is saying yes, weight loss, yes. The Kolors is yes, weight loss, and also we do have aesthetic treatments, and then also cosmetology, where we have hair skin related treatments, and we do hair transplantations. Like all coming to the weight loss, we do have like all the systems, right, from energy based devices like radio frequency, ultrasounds, and then laser lipolysis. The many treatments we have. So we do have stimulation therapy, we do have anti-cellular sculpting therapy. So there's a new treatment recently we have introduced, which is Turbo Slim, and EvolveX is one of the finest equipments, I must tell. So like we do have like a lot of treatments in Kolors coming to the weight loss. One of the most influential person is asking me, why don't we suggest GLP-1 and side effects of excessive use of GLP-1? It's a very tricky question, and then the most spoken question. So let me answer that question. So GLP-1 is basically, it's like semaglutide injections. And nowadays the trend started in Western countries. Now it started in India. Recently, like GLP-1 injections also got an approval from Indian FDA. So the GLP-1 is basically, these semaglutide injections are like controlling the hunger in the body. These GLP-1, like the hormones which is actually restricting the hunger levels in the body, and it is also acting the central nervous system, where the one will feel fuller once they consume the food, and then in the body in the tummy area, in the stomach area, the food doesn't leave. It will stay for a very longer time. So that's one of the reasons, one doesn't feel hungry, and that surpasses the hunger levels in the body. So that is what all about the GLP-1 injections. And GLP-1 injections, it mimics the hormones. Like the GLP itself is a hormone. So this mimics like a hunger hormones, and then on central nervous system where one doesn't feel any kind of, feeling hungry, and it is also satisfying that satiety levels in the body. And due to this GLP-1 injections, where most of the people are complaining of liver cancers, and there are people, they gone blind, and lot of lawsuits are literally piled up in Western countries. So the way in India, most of the times that, we don't follow that medical protocols, and we usually, most of the people in India, it's like a self-administration. So one of the reasons they don't realize, in the view of losing weight, they'll be like, they take injections, and that's when all these thyroid cancers and all will start. And nowadays, most of the celebrity nutritionists and then celebrity doctors and most of the well-certified doctors are not suggesting this GLP-1 injections to the people. The reason is this causes the muscle loss. Why, I will tell. Because if anybody is losing weight, more than 5% or 1% of their body weight in a week, they are not losing fat. They are basically losing the muscle. And muscle is very important. The muscle is the biggest consumer of fats, the carbs, and also the fibers and then proteins. If the muscle itself we are losing, so if the entire body muscle, the muscle is getting affected, so definitely like lot of complications, because the muscle is everything. Even after 40s, everybody will lose their muscle 10% in a year. That's when people will not have mobility, flexibility, and they'll have, often they'll have like a lot of falls. So all these issues will happen because of the muscle loss. Even the heart is the muscle, right? As we grow older, there is silent heart attacks and then silent cardiac arrest, because heart also is an organ where, it is also a muscle. So we are not taking care of it. So I would suggest GLP-1 injection should not be taken. And even if they're taking, those are having like uncontrollable diabetes, if they're insulin dependent, they're like at the age of 40s and then 50s, then they can approach the doctors, and with the help of doctors, they might prefer to take these injections. But again, having said that, immediately the moment they stop taking these injections, again they bounce back. So once they bounce back, again they cannot kickstart from the scratch. So this is one of the reasons GLP-1 injections, strictly I say like, no to those injections. Yeah, coming back to the subject, the one more thing, like, coming to the lifestyle, correcting the lifestyle. I have used exactly word called correcting the lifestyle, because we don't change the lifestyle. The moment we change the lifestyle, again there is an issue. People lose weight, again gain weight. It is kind of, people are suffering in between yo-yo kind of thing. Losing weight, gaining weight. That's when again the entire body metabolic process gone on toss. Once it is gone on toss, again we cannot, right from the beginning, again we cannot repair the body metabolic process. So this correcting the lifestyle changes, we tell our certified nutritionist, tell to the clients, they in an adequate way, they should take protein, and they should start their day with the protein, and then followed by the fiber, and then followed by the carbs and then fats. So even the fat also is very much important to the body. The main body's source of energy is the fat, right? So the fat also has to be consumed in a very adequate way. So this is one thing. And there is one word called cheating meal. So yes, the cheating meal, we don't ask our clients no more have a cheat meal. We tell them to indulge and deviate. I'll tell why. Because they wanted to eat something. If they don't eat because of fear of gaining weight. So when they don't eat, what will happen? Again the body will start having inflammation. The inflammation again those are having inflammation, again we ask the clients to have a again sedentary lifestyle. Again, that's when sometimes the biomarkers will be addressed, the immune system will be addressed, that poor sleeping patterns will be addressed. So again, once they start, that sedentary lifestyle, when they're suffering from inflammation, this inflammation issue also can be addressed. So the body inflammation also will come down. So that's when, on and off, people should indulge and deviate into their food habits and into their lifestyle. So that is most important. And also, all these carb control diets and all, one should not take it, because the carbs also very, very important to the body, because it's like adrenaline pump, right? The main energy hormone is adrenaline. If that adrenaline is not getting satisfied, if the carbs we are not taking, due to like less intake of carbohydrates or no intake of carbohydrates also, the body develops the inflammation. So the body also needs the carbohydrates. Low dosage or not, there is nothing as such. Yes, people coming to the GLP-1 injections, even they start low dosage or high dosage or standard dosage, whatever it is, that is at the end of the day affecting the entire body's muscle. So hence this is we Kolors strictly say no to the GLP-1 injections. When a person is very healthy and hardly they'll have some XYZ medical complications, so there are many ways people can lose weight, not like opting for the short-term weight loss programs and those injectables and all, which is not advisable. There is adverse side effects to it, and there is more to it, so I strictly say no to it. People will get results. It's just that you need to trust your doctors, you need to trust your consultants, and you need to trust the brand, Kolors brand, and you also need to trust, yourself. We need to trust ourselves first, then we can start the weight loss journey, because losing weight, it is not as easy as magic pills or faster scanners and then operations. So one should, they need to be prepared for the correcting lifestyles, their correcting lifestyle, and also they need to be regular for the treatment, and also they need to, what treatment they're opting for, because in Kolors we do have vast number of technologies, vast variety of technologies. So depends upon the technology also, the people will see the best results possible. Oh, somebody is asking me a very good question. Kolors, like, the advertisements, the weight loss advertisements. Yes, Kolors is a brand. So nowadays, we need to brand our brand, right? If you are not branding, so how we can reach out to the people? There is a brand called Kolors, and it is for weight loss, and it is for aesthetic treatments, and it is for cosmetology treatments. So we need to do the branding. So yes, the Kolors is like very famous. It's been there. It's one of the #1 South India's biggest obesity clinic. And we have to make our name, and we have to make our identity in the market. So definitely we need to do the branding. And Mr. Vijay Shurya, somebody is asking me this question. So yes, we do have something, Aisha Rahmat. We do have skin tightening treatments. We do have one of the best energy based dividers for the skin treatments, which is radio frequency, and then bioradiofrequency frequency also we have. And most importantly, coming to the aesthetics, we do have those cork threads, that collagen threads we do have for lifting the skin. And also we do have twin screw threads, and we do have monofilament threads for the skin tightening. We do have some Profilo treatment, that is one of the best HA hyaluronic acid bio remodeling injections also we have. So we do have a lot of options for the skin tightening. So let me come back to the topic. Well, coming to the energy-based devices, the energy-based devices are like, pretty safe and sound. These energy-based devices will be administrated by the physios, and the machines will not be like directly, will not be contracted with the body. There will be in between, there will be a medical appliances, and it's a lunchtime procedure. Once treatment is done, they can proceed with their regular activities. And this energy based devices, basically we release involuntary contractions into the adipose tissue, the fat cells, and once the fat cells are dead, that will be like disposed by the own body's filtration system. And at the end of the 40 minutes of the session, we do also do some kind of detoxification procedure, which will be taken care by the fat disintegrated system, where like in the form of urine and the sweat, the toxins, the dead fat cells will be disposed from the body. So this is one of the energy based devices. This is basically called as a systems biology approach. Those are having a visceral fat, those are having an inflammation, those are having also suffering from all medical complications, fatty liver, that gut leakage, the leaky gut, and inflammation. All these problems like will be addressed with this energy based devices and lifestyle, and also the IV therapy. And nowadays, most importantly, last couple of months and a couple of years, I must say, most of the people are coming up with the complaints of PCOS and then PCOD. And they get often confused, is PCOS and then PCOD is the same? PCOS and then PCOD is not the same at all. The reason is the PCOS is like more of descriptive diagnosis. This we need to give the diagnosis. And also the moment we talk about the PCOD, when we do the abdominal ultrasound, there is cyst in the ovaries, and that can be addressed, and that can also be treated with the science backed up hormonal therapies and all. It can be treated with the help of lifestyle changes. The PCOD can be treated. Then, as per National Institute of Health Sciences statistics, for the past from 99 to 2025, the PCOS, PCOD cases have been doubled. So, and most of the people, they treat this PCOS, PCOD like it's a more of reproductive problem and then hormonal problem. But one also should understand there is a PCOS, which is a syndrome which we carry for the lifetime. So, but it has to be like preventative care is required for PCOS, because PCOS is having a high risk. It is not even a reproductive problem. Along with that, there is a hormonal problem, and along with there is a metabolic problem. So the metabolic problem, it's there in the body. It's there in the body system that we carry for the lifetime. It is like polycystic ovarian syndrome. This has to be addressed, not only because one should understand when people are having PCOD, their risk of endometrial cancer, their risk of insulin resistant, because PCOS is the manifestation of insulin resistance. And also again, the male hormones like androgens also will be produced. So due to like due to high testosterone levels also, the PCOS can be addressed. And then cardiovascular risk. Most of the people will be having cardiovascular risk because if they have like abnormalities in the lipids also, the people usually will be having cardiovascular problems. So how we need to address, how like one should understand whether they are having a PCOD or PCOS. Well, coming to the PCOS, if they're having like prolonged cycles, and there is no cycles at all, that anovulation, like in endometrium, there is like inner lining of the thickness. If that is there, the problem is there, then they're vulnerable to have endometrial cancers. And also like atherogenic abnormalities also found in the blood, like in the lipids. So that is also like is the symptom of the PCOS. This PCOS has to be like should be like go hand in hand. This PCOS problem has to be addressed with the help of metabolic problem, and also like again with the help of like reproductive problem, and with the help of again like the hormone problem. So this is basically a systematic problem, and this requires again systems biology approach, where having said that, again lifestyle and also the energy based devices, IV therapy also can address this PCOS issue. So nowadays most of the people, the moment they think of PCOS, they say like they'll not get pregnant, and even those who are not at the age of getting married, even those people also, they think of their future. If they're having PCOS, this is going to be a lifetime disorder. This cannot be treated. Nothing as such, though it's there in the metabolic process, it is like lifelong problem. There is a way to treat this problem. So if one can address those insulin resistance, and then also the lipids, abnormalities in the lipids, and then also the androgens issue with the help of hormonal therapy and science-backed treatments, definitely PCOS also can be addressed. So let me back to the questions again. I'll be more elaborative. Somebody is asking me, like Bashwini, so she's asking me like in Kolors, it's like we do have only the weight loss treatments, not inch loss treatments. Yes, we do have an inch loss treatments, because when I'm talking about that visceral fat, I addressed in the beginning of my life that central adiposity, that intra-abdominal obesity. So that requires more than weight loss, that requires a spot reduction treatment. So we do have like IV therapy and energy based devices, so that can be treated with this visceral fat. Those are looking for particular parts of the body reduction. And then most of the people nowadays coming up with the compliance of cellulite, that unproductive fatty tissue, the fat around the thighs and then fat around the hips. So it's like unproductive fatty tissue. Even if they're lean also, they'll be having the cellulite bulges. The cellulite bulges also can be treated with the energy based devices, because that looks very odd. That is completely like shapes out like one body's personality. So that cellulite bulges, which is called as the unproductive fatty tissue, that is also can be addressed without losing weight. Just that cellulite bulges can be reduced with the help of energy based devices. Yes, arms also can be reduced. Somebody is asking me, Tanu, can arms alone will be reduced? Yes, arms also, because in arms where we have subcutaneous fat, so the arms also like can be reduced, because we do have a kind of the radio frequency and then bioradiofrequency frequency and the stimulations and ARPTAC. These are the procedures we have for the arms, especially to treat the arms. We can also the tighten, if they have laxity in the arms, that problem also can be addressed. Yes, so this is what about visceral fat and inflammation. So I hope everybody understand like what is visceral fat and inflammation. So one should understand visceral fat related inflammation doesn't show up often in the blood investigations. this requires that elaborative options. The elaborative options is nothing but, so when they go to the clinician or when they go to the counselor, so when they come to Kolors for the consultation, so we usually ask the clients the deeper questions, and then we listen to them and we get to know their lifestyle. So there are people, they'll have disciplined lifestyle, all of a sudden they make some kind of dramatic changes in their lifestyle. That's when all the inflammation will start. So that is one of the monster why people are not able to lose weight. So before the winding up this slide, I would like to tell everybody one thing. In an age where medicine is driven by advanced scanners and algorithms and panel of biomarkers, there is one truth remains unchanged, is a proper diagnosis starts from that one deep informative consultation with the client, not in a lab. So this is what I wanted to tell you all. One should understand, how usually the proper diagnosis will start. It is always not in the scans. It is always not in the, labs or blood investigations. So it's a inflammation something, it's always gone silent. That's when most of the people, they don't lose weight. Thank you so much everybody for watching and listening this all the way through, and see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.